and you're listening to Classic Opie and Anthony. On this day, 25th anniversary edition.
It's Opie, it's Anthony.
Hey.
Where's your headphones? We're ready to broadcast here.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Professional radio in the #1 market in the entire world, and you don't even have headphones.
I just hooked up the computer. We were in a meeting until 3:05.
Yeah, we got to get out of those meetings a lot earlier.
I know.
We got to entertain people.
There's enough time.
Or at least try to entertain people.
Take a whack at it.
Take a whack at it, yes. Yeah. Overnight ratings for the Opie and Anthony show. We gained 75 listeners yesterday.
How many did we kick off?
We lost 52, but we're in the positive side for the first time in a long, long time.
I'm feeling good. Feeling good. Thursday. All right. Okay.
Could someone get him headphones?
Well, what's the matter?
I don't know.
Do I sound weird?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Shut up. Yes, I can hear you.
All right. Oh, no, don't show him those pictures.
Look at these old Opie pictures. Look at you. You look like a little kid.
I was a little kid. That's 10 years ago when I was working in Buffalo.
Little ski bunnies. Nice. Well,
let me see those pictures. I haven't seen them in a while.
Pictures on the radio. Yeah,
I know.
This is good, Opie.
Yeah, this is great radio. Yeah, there's me. And
spend your time looking at your pictures.
Oh, that's great. This is when I used to get laid.
Did you bag any of those chicks?
Actually, yeah. This one, all three of these.
All three of them? Come on.
Yeah.
Opie was a real Casanova back in the old days.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. My current girlfriend's allergic to penises. Yeah, this is great. Yeah, thanks for...
Allergic to penises.
It's great. This is great. Thanks for bringing back some lovely memories when I had a life. Well, thanks. Appreciate it. So what are we going to do today? Wow, phone's ringing like crazy. What does everyone want today?
Tickets, of course. They want Pearl Jam tickets.
I don't blame them. How are we going to give away the tickets today?
I don't know. We have a couple ideas. We got to hash it out. If we weren't in a meeting until 3:05, maybe we would have had some definite ideas.
Well, I definitely want to talk about this, and it might lead to something where people can win tickets to see Pearl Jam.
All right.
I picked up the latest issue of Time Out magazine, which is a really cool magazine. If you're living in New York, you probably know all about it. It's a magazine that pretty much tells you what's going on.
All right.
And they have an article in here about some unusual jobs. And
unusual jobs.
Well, there's this one guy, his job, he makes music for porno movies.
That's easy.
That's very easy.
Just got to lay down that jazzy guitar sound. Maybe a sax in the background.
It's so cool because what he and his buddy do, they put like porn magazines all over their apartment.
It inspires them?
And it inspires them, and then they just jam, and they come up with some cool music for pornos.
That's a good job.
Can you imagine having that job? That'd be great.
That's a good one.
Also in Time Out magazine, there's a guy, his whole job is to hang out in luxury hotels and critique them.
Nah, that's a good job, too.
He goes incognito, and he checks out hotels and decides what they need to do to improve their service. Another guy, all day long, he's a model spotter.
What the hell's that?
He looks at 500 different people a day, goes to like 10 nightclubs a night just to, find that next hot face.
All right.
But that's his job. That's a cool job, to hang out in bars and look at hot women and stuff.
Sure.
And take their picture. And then there's the punter for the Jets. Like, that's an unusual job. If you ever thought about what a punter actually does, according to this article, he needs to know 4 plays. The rest of the team has to memorize like 60 plays for the season. The punter has 4 plays. So while everyone else is, practicing and stuff, the guy just kicks the ball all day long. That's his job. And if you think about it, it's got to get boring after a while.
It's almost like he's not even playing football.
No.
Like he's thrown in there like the halftime attraction.
Pretty much. And then it goes on. There's jobs that you don't want. Like there's a guy who's an understudy for the musical Cats, but he never really gets to go on stage. He gets to go on stage maybe once a week.
Someone gets sick.
But then there's this guy. Look at this. His job, he's a body waxer. He takes hair. He removes hair from like guys and stuff. And he talks about how he takes hair out from their scrotum and stuff. And but that's what he does for a living. Can you imagine?
Why do you
got to remove hair from guys? That's your job. And then it goes on. There's another one, crime scene photographer.
That sounds pretty cool.
It is pretty cool, but this guy says why it's not cool, and I don't want to get into it because it involves kids. But
pretty gross.
But his job is to take pictures of crime scenes, which is a unusual job. Now I mention all these because I'm thinking, Time Out magazine did a great job on that article and stuff.
Yeah.
But I think we could find more unusual jobs out there.
Unusual.
Yes.
All right.
And maybe we could give Pearl Jam tickets away to this.
We, once again, will be the sole judges as to who has the most unusual job?
Yeah, and you got to prove it, too. Because you can make up something, but somehow you're going to have to prove it to win the Pearl Jam tickets. I think there should be 2 categories today.
Mm-hmm.
Worst job, the worst job in the New York area, and we'll crown a champion, and the most unusual job in the New York area.
Okay.
All right? So if you think you're worthy enough to get in on that contest, give us a call, 212-757-1027. I know the phones are going to ring like crazy, so if you have a hard time getting through, please just keep trying, all right? Or maybe you could fax us the info, and we'll call you back, 212-957-WNEW, or maybe you could even use the instant feedback if you're hooked up online right now.
NEW.com.
Just click on our picture.
Yeah.
It's self-explanatory, right?
Yeah, you get there.
All right, cool. On the way, a song we haven't played in a while, Golden Earring and Harvey Danger by request next. Dave Matthews Band, What Would You Say on the Rock of New York, 1027 WNEW. You're hanging with Opie and Anthony. We got more tickets to see Pearl Jam today. We've been doing it all week long. And today we're looking for 2 categories. We're looking for the most unusual job in the New York area, and we're looking for the worst job in the New York area. And the winner of both categories will win a pair of tickets to see Pearl Jam. And it's going to get really hard to get a hold of us because the phones are going crazy because everyone thinks their job is the worst. So I would suggest you just keep calling until you get through to us, 212-757-1027. Or easier ways, you could fax us with the info, and we'll call you back, 212-957-WNEW. Or you could do the instant feedback by clicking on our pictures through the WNEW website.
Yes.
And we'll get that instantly. So let's go to the phones and see what we could get here. Hi, NEW.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up? What's your job?
We set headstones in cemeteries, and we open mausoleums and put bodies in. It's pretty cool, man.
You put the bodies in the mausoleums.
There you go.
Do you smoke a lot of dope before you do that?
I don't know. Am I on the air?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe.
Okay. So what's the strangest thing you've seen at your line of work?
Well, we were in a mausoleum once, and the body came falling out.
A body fell out?
Yeah, because they're in caskets, but the box opened and it came right out. It was pretty nasty.
So what'd you do?
Ran. It stinks, man.
Yeah, really, that'll freak you out.
It stinks.
All right, I guess we got to start somewhere, Rob and Pat.
Yeah, what'd you say?
You guys are in the running.
All right, cool beans.
All right, man.
Thanks.
But I do believe we could beat that.
Yeah. We got a guy here, Mike B. on the instant feedback. My stinking job is to impregnate cows. This involves sticking my arm up to my shoulder, you know where, and inserting the bull sperm.
Come on.
He calls him Mike Stinky Fist B.
Do we have his phone number?
Yeah.
All right, we got to talk to Mike B. That's going to be a tough job to beat if that's actually true.
And Chad from Jersey.
Yeah?
I've heard of this job before. The worst job I had was cleaning out the private booths at the Peep Show in Times Square. Right, the splooge mop guy. Chad.
Is that an actual job, or is that just
I think that's a rumor job.
like an urban legend job?
Yeah, I don't think anybody really had that job.
All right. If you do have an unusual job and you win the Pearl Jam tickets, you got to prove that you actually do this job. You can't, try to pull a fast one on us, all right? But we got to try to get a hold of Mike. The cow guy.
He sticks his arm up there.
Ugh. All right. Hey, we also got to talk about the serial killer in a little while.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice guy.
I broke out my serial killer song, too, for today.
I like it.
It's a special occasion. Matter of fact, we'll play that next time we're hanging, all right?
Kind of a country twang to it, huh?
Yeah, I like it, though. It's kind of cool. On the way, also, we got the latest from Sheryl Crow and David Bowie. 1027 WNEW, The Rock of New York, with the latest from Sheryl Crow. That's my favorite mistake off her CD, The Globe Sessions. It's Opie and Anthony, and we're trying to give away tickets to see the sold-out Pearl Jam show, and we're looking for the worst job in the New York area.
Or the most unusual job.
Right. And both winners of those categories will win tickets to see Pearl Jam. Let's go to the phones. Jennifer, what's your job?
I worked for a mortician as a beautician and a manicurist.
A beautician.
Yeah.
So you make them look pretty for the funerals?
Well, I made their fingernails look pretty.
Oh, nice shade of blue?
Yes.
You got to hold a dead person's hand and paint their fingernails.
Yes, but I didn't get any complaints.
What is...
But I didn't get any repeat customers either.
That old gag. What did it feel like?
It was kind of weird. It felt like a rubber hand, like a cold rubber hand.
Come. And you do this on a regular basis?
I used to, yeah. Currently, I'm working for an accountant.
Oh, that's more exciting.
Barely.
Yeah.
It's a step down, though, in personality. Did you have to do their hair?
Yes, and when I first went, my mom would poke them in the face and say, look, they won't hurt you. Touch them.
Oh, my God.
Are they naked when you do it?
No, they're all dressed, and in their little casket with their pink chiffon on and, satin blanket on them and all that.
Have you guys ever taken a peek?
No, but, I was tempted to jump in an empty casket and take a picture and send it to a person as a joke, but I didn't do it.
You are dark, man. Wow.
All right, Jennifer, hold on the line. I do believe you're in the lead.
Really?
Yes, hold on.
Gosh.
If you think you could beat Jennifer with an unusual job or the worst job in the New York area, give us a call and we'll get to you next, okay?
Gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Without a doubt.
Reminds me of the serial killer guy.
I was reading about the serial killer in the papers today, and for the first time in a very long time, I started dry heaving.
Up there in Poughkeepsie.
Yes.
They found a load of bodies buried in this guy's yard and house and the basement.
Well, the sickest part of the story, there was just an unbelievable odor coming from this house, and he was living with his parents and his younger sister, and no one questioned the smell coming from the walls of this house. Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
It's only a few bodies. How bad could it stink?
At one time in all of our lives, we've had that pigsty that kind of smelled a little bit, but can you imagine the smell that came out of this house?
Like dead animal. That's what it smells like. You ever have a raccoon or something die in the chimney?
Yeah.
Or that mouse that died in the wall?
Yeah.
That's like a mouse. Picture a few people. They don't even know how many they're going to pull out of this house.
They're up to 8, right?
Yeah.
Great. Only in New York. Home of the serial killers. What is this, 3 or 4 now?
Yeah, some good serial killers in New York. You ought to be proud.
Well, I brought in the serial killer song today. We only play it on special occasions. I guess today would be a great day to play the serial killer song, huh?
And I got to say, it's nice to see somebody in the African-American community getting involved in serial killing. I've often said that it's usually the white guys that are the kooks that go around killing these prostitutes and serial killers.
It's kind of
the black guys usually the gangbangers.
Yeah.
They have a reason, maybe.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, pop a cap in your ass or whatever.
Yeah, you're stereotyping, but that's okay.
Well, yeah, of course I am, because it's the white guys that are the nuts sitting home. Mother, she's a dirty whore. I have to kill her. She's dirty. But it's usually you don't see the black guys serial killing.
No, not at all.
So it's good. It gives me a feeling maybe we're finally getting unified here as a people. We're crossing boundaries, Opie.
Very nice. Are you ready for the serial killer song?
Let's hear it.
102.7 WNEW, the Rock of New York. You're hanging with Opie and Anthony, and once again today we got tickets to see the sold-out Pearl Jam show. Came up with an interesting little ditty today to win the tickets. We're looking for 2 categories. We're looking for the worst job in New York, and we're looking for the most unusual job in New York.
What was your worst?
I was a dishwasher.
That was it, huh?
Well,
that's it.
I was a dishwasher at...
Is this in between caddying when you were a hard-working caddy?
I had some unusual jobs, but my worst job was at...
Everyone washed dishes.
At the Walt Whitman Mall in Huntington at the A&S. I washed dishes in the restaurant.
All right. You think that's bad?
What did you do?
I was working, for Apollo Air Conditioning.
Right.
They sent me on a job at a sewage treatment plant. I had to hang over a vat of excrement to hang a hood for a ventilation duct.
Oh, my God.
I am not kidding.
Really?
And it was the most disgusting thing I ever had to do. I stunk like that for a week straight.
Lovely.
That was the worst job.
Very good.
Better than your dishwashing.
Well,
ooh, what's the matter? Dishpan hands?
No, I could get into it, but it's going to take 20 minutes. We got like 10 people with unusual jobs on the phone lines.
Right.
I'll talk about it in a little while, though.
Okay.
Because there's a good story involved. I guess the person that's in the lead is the mortician-beautician.
Yeah, girl that polishes the fingernails of bodies.
Puts nail polish on the dead bodies.
Does it matter when you're going to be put in the ground that your nails look nice?
And she does their hair with her mom. If you think you could beat that job, give us a call, 212-757-1027. Hi, what's up? What's your job?
I own a grooming and waxing service for strippers.
What do you mean for strippers?
Well, actually, I'd service anyone, but strippers are the majority of my clientele.
And you wax them? You give them those bikini waxes?
Yeah, it started out as a joke. Like, I was at a strip bar with my friends one night, and we were talking about it, and I was like, I should come up with this for a business, and I ran it by a couple of strippers, and they
made it up.
They said it was a great idea.
He makes up a job so he can see some Hitler mustaches.
But the thing is, it like took off. I got all these people calling me. I had to come up with a business card and stuff.
What does your business card say?
It says Bill's Grooming and Waxing Service, and my slogan's No Muff Too Tough. And it's just for an appointment, call me, and I got my number, and I pass them out at strip bars.
How are the girls wearing it these days?
I don't like the landing strip. I don't like that look.
I like to touch it up with a nice triangle.
Yeah.
Nice trim little triangle.
The natural look, but kept in control. Not like, you know.
Don't let Anthony fool you. He likes the 70s Earth Mama muff.
No way.
Who are you kidding?
I prefer the natural shape. So it's not like the Hitler mustache or the landing strip, but kept in control, not like an overgrown yard.
Don't listen to
with
that
a nice waxy outline.
Anthony likes his ladies to look like they're making Jiffy Pop popcorn in their panties.
Come on. You were the one that dated the Wookiee.
All right. I don't want to get into that today. All right, dude, I think you're...
Opie likes girls that look like they have Don King's head in the leg lock.
70th Earth Mama muff for Anthony. All right, listen, I think you're in the running for the Pearl Jam tickets. Hold on the line.
All right.
All right, this is getting interesting now. We got a guy that grooms strippers down below, and we have the mortician-beautician. I think we got to get the listeners voting, too.
Yeah.
But don't use the phone lines because people are trying to get through with their unusual jobs. But if you want to fax us a vote who you think has the most unusual job, that's cool. 212-957-WNEW, or you could do the instant feedback on the Internet.
WNEW.com.
All right. Talking Heads, Pearl Jam, Goo Goo Dolls, all on the way if you stay where you are.
Instant feedback coming in from Steve on the west side, He says, let me get this straight. Mr. No Muff Too Tough has his head in a stripper's lap all day and his job sucks? No, it's two categories we're working on here.
Yeah.
The worst job and the most unusual job.
Yes.
And I guess that would qualify as most unusual.
Yeah, so I think in the lead for most unusual job is the stripper trimmer.
Yeah.
And for the worst job, I would have to go with mortician-beautician. If you could beat either one of those, give us a call, 212-757-1027. Pretty much the most requested song on the radio these days. Here's the Goo Goo Dolls on the Rock of New York, 1027 WNEW. Can't wait to hear that song next week when Pearl Jam comes to town live. It's Opie, it's Anthony, and we got tickets to see Pearl Jam once again today. We've been giving away all week long, trying to have some fun with the ticket giveaways.
Yeah.
And today we've come up with a little interesting little contest. We're looking for the most unusual job in the New York area and the worst job in the New York area.
It's looking pretty good for the mortician-beautician, because from the instant feedbacks I'm getting, Dana in New York says, I vote for the mortician-beautician. What a job. I can't imagine having to beautify dead bodies every day. How depressing.
Yes, I got a fax here from Peaches. I vote for the sick girl who polishes dead people's fingernails. So.
And Larry in Woodbridge, I say let the mortician... It's not a nice word to call her.
Well, go ahead.
He said bitch.
Oh.
I say let the mortician have the tickets. There's no way she never took a peek at a stiff one. Probably had a quick feel, too.
Oh, my God.
Larry, you're sick, man.
I love it, actually. All right, so she's the mortician-beautician is leading in the worst job in the New York area, right?
Mm-hmm.
And most unusual job is the guy that trims strippers' private areas, the stripper trimmer.
Yeah.
So if you could beat either one of those categories for the Pearl Jam tickets, we need for you to get a hold of us, 212-757-1027.
NEW, what's your job?
My job is I work in a booth down in the boardwalk.
What do you do?
And they shoot me with paintballs.
That's a horrible job.
Why? What's wrong with that? It pays my bills, don't it?
And what's the name of the job?
It's called Shoot Ed.
Shoot Ed.
My name is Ed.
I figured that out.
Okay.
You haven't taken too many headshots, have you?
Nah, man. I wear a shield over my face, but, you know.
I used to play paintball, and that hurts, man.
Yeah, they hurt.
Those things hurt.
Now, how much do you get paid to be Ed in the game Shoot Ed?
Well, I get like a percentage of the take.
And what's the object of Shoot Ed besides just shooting you?
Well, just shoot me.
If they hit you, do they win a prize?
Yeah, they get a prize,
If
a puppy dog or something.
Can we shoot you in the ballies?
Well, I I wear a cup.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd recommend that.
What's the spot people like to go for on you?
Mostly the most vulnerable places like my chest, midsection.
Just like Monica.
Easiest to hit.
All right, man.
Shoot Ed.
Shoot
Am I
Ed.
in contention?
You are definitely in contention.
That's a weird job.
Hold on the line.
All right.
All right, Shoot Ed. Shoot Ed. Now, is that the worst job in the New York area or the most unusual job in the New York area?
I'd say unusual. You could think of worse.
Go with unusual?
Yeah, I'd put him in the unusual category.
You think he's leading that category? Is that job more unusual than the stripper trimmer?
Yeah.
Okay.
There are beauty shop people that wax girls.
Okay.
I don't know many people that are Shoot Ed.
Right. Okay. Obviously, if you're listening to the show and you got an opinion on any of this, you can fax us with your votes or give us a little instant feedback. But, all right, we'll put Shoot Ed in the lead for most unusual job in the New York area. And worst job in the New York area still goes to...
The mortician.
Yes. Oof. I got to play an old bit here.
What do you got?
I'll flat out say it's an old bit, but we got to set the record straight. For the last couple of weeks, you guys email us all the time, and you're starting to contribute to the show and stuff, and we really appreciate that. It's helping us out. But a bunch of people have faxed us the words to a song called "Hey Masturbator."
Oh, right.
And I know if you're at work and you collect the email and stuff, and you pass around your office or those wacky faxes that come in. You've probably seen a song that it's the words to "Hey Macarena," but it's "Hey Masturbator."
Yeah.
And a lot of people have given credit to the song to Adam Sandler. I don't know where that began, but it's not true.
No.
All right. And this bit was played literally all over the country. Matter of fact, a bunch of radio stations right here in New York before me and Anthony came to town were playing this song and making believe they came up with it.
I still have the original transcript in my bag.
We can prove it, but the song is off our CD, Opie and Anthony's Demented World, and I just want to set the record straight. I know we're all sick of the Macarena tune and stuff, but it's really driving me nuts that people continue to send us this email and the faxes and claiming that Adam Sandler did it or another radio station did it. No, it's copyrighted. It's on our CD. And I just want to play it here, all right?
It's a fun little ditty. Make up your own dance to it, Opie. I have a dance that I usually do to this one.
Yeah? Well, yeah. I don't think I want to see that.
Sort of like the Macarena, but only different.
But here it is, off our CD that you can't buy in New York because our record company sucks. Maybe you could call a friend in another state to pick up the CD for you because it's selling everywhere else but New York.
Yeah.
Here's "Hey Masturbator" on the Opie and Anthony Show. Anyone else hear the Stones in that song? Just a little bit? Like mid-'80s feel? Kinda, huh? Tragically hip and Poets on the Rock of New York, 102.7 WNEW. It's Opie and Anthony, still looking for the worst and most unusual job in the New York area. Whoever wins each category will win a pair of tickets to see Pearl Jam.
Not bad.
Got a fax here from Brian. It reads, this may not sound like the worst job, but believe me, it sucks. I was the ball pit lifeguard for a cheap Discovery Zone ripoff called Whirligigs. The ball pit. When the kids go in there and there's just a ton of balls and they
drool and whiz and crap all over those little balls and you send your kids in there.
Yeah, and this guy had to be the lifeguard in the middle of that thing.
Great.
He goes, I'd be stuck in the ball pit with little kids coming up to me and hitting me in the face with plastic fluorescent colored balls and jumping and hitting me for hours at a time. Man, it sucks. The worst part is Hasidic Jewish families used to come in all the time and all they would speak is Hebrew, so I couldn't even understand what the hell they were saying to me as they were trying to pop me in the nuts with those damn plastic balls. I still have nightmares. Keep it up, guys. You rock, Brian.
Pull them by the tendrils.
Yeah, you should.
Get them out of there. Come here, kid.
All right, let's go to the phones. I think Rick tells me there's a good one on line 5 here. Joe, what is your job?
Me and my boys, we're the people that go out and pick up the dead people throughout Bergen County for the county ME office.
So the
anytime there's a murder, an OD, a suicide, guy jumps off the bridge and floats ashore in Fort Lee.
You got to pick up the bloated mess?
Yeah, we're the guys that bag him and tag him. We're the men in black, dude.
Gotta ask you, what is the most disgusting thing you've ever seen?
There was a guy about a month and a half ago in Englewood, downtown Englewood, was dead for like 3 weeks. Man, it was pretty nasty. I mean, you guys can't even imagine how.
In the heat of the summer.
Yeah.
That wasn't the guy that was in the apartment building.
Yeah, North Dean Street. Yeah, I was there and trying to trade that guy down 2 flights of stairs too. Damn near broke my back on that one.
Do you get together for company picnics and stuff?
Yeah, me and my boys, we all hang together.
What is it like when you barbecue ribs?
Yeah, that's,
Hey, doesn't this look like Charlie?
Yeah, right? Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, you know, we're out trolling for 180-pound bodies in the Hudson River with the NYPD and stuff. It's kind of cool. It's an adventure. It's an adventurous position.
Yes, man.
Plus, you know, when the beeper goes off, we never know what you're going to get. It could be an OD in Rutherford. It could be a car crash on 9W. You never know until you get there, so.
You could take home your own Halloween ornament stuff.
Suicide. You name it, I get it. We get it. Me and my boys, yeah.
Pick up a body and leave him in your yard for Halloween.
Yeah, me and my boy Sally and Billy Waxman and Drew. Yeah, we're out there.
All right, hold on the line. I do believe you're in the running.
Thanks, dude.
All right, Joe.
Later.
You know, we need to take a vote here. I think the listeners need to help us out, too. You could send in your votes.
I knew the worst job would entail dead people.
Now, is that the worst job or the most unusual? That's got to be the worst job, right?
But he enjoys it so much.
I know. That's what is tricking us a little bit here.
Then it's got to be the unusual category. 'Cause the worst job's got to be a guy that's just like,
no.
You know, I hate my job.
You got to sit around as a group of people and think that's like the worst job.
All right. Is it the worst job to the person that's doing it, or the worst job to everybody looking at the job?
Just pretty much everyone looking in. That's got to be the worst job.
Because I was under the impression the worst job would be a guy that goes to work every day and it's like, oh man, I got to shovel, horse manure or something.
Well, but we all hate our jobs.
I don't.
No, I don't either.
I work for a living.
This isn't work.
I worked for a living at some point, Opie. I love my job.
Right, whatever.
I count my blessings.
So what category should we put this guy in?
It's got to be unusual. I would think.
Unusual? All right.
You're saying worse?
All right, so in the worst job category, it's still the mortician-beautician. You got to beat that. A lady who paints dead people's fingernails and stuff before the funerals and does their hair.
No, she didn't seem to mind that either.
That's what I'm saying. She loved that job when we talked to her earlier.
All right, this is very difficult.
Now you're seeing my point here.
Okay. All
right.
So it's as a group of us
looking in.
Yes. We feel that's a bad job.
Yes, of course.
All right.
Because the mortician-beautician, she was laughing and thinks it was funny that, her and her mom poke the dead people and say, look, they won't hurt you.
All right.
They enjoy that job.
Okay.
So now we got to vote. For the worst job, we got mortician-beautician or the guy who picks up dead bodies all over the New York area. That's a very close race happening there. And then most unusual job in the lead is Shoot Ed, a guy named Ed who hangs out on the boardwalk and you shoot paintballs at him and try to win fuzzy, cute little animals. Shoot Ed, I'm Ed. He beat out the stripper trimmer so far.
Yeah.
The guy who grooms strippers. So if you think you have a job that'll top either one of those, you got to give us a call, 212-757-1027, all right? Phones are ringing like crazy. I think it's going to get even more unusual as the afternoon gets going here, okay? Plus, a ton of people are asking for the serial killer song again.
Whoa.
We will definitely play that in the 5 o'clock hour because a lot of people are getting in their cars for the long ride home. So we'll do that. Also on the way, oh, man, look at all this great stuff. Petty, STP, and Days of the New next. 102.7 WNEW, The Rock of New York with Tom Petty. It's Opie and Anthony.
Opie, the voting heating up here with the people emailing us in some of their opinions. Bag 'em and tag 'em guy. Hey, I changed my vote. He definitely effing wins. Got to be the sickest job. Lisa also says the worst job. Definitely the dude who picks up the dead bodies.
Not only does he pick up the dead bodies, he picks them up from all different like situations.
Yeah, it's not just
like an old person dying in their house. No, he goes to murder scenes. He has to find the drowning victim and what a job.
Well, the voting getting furious. Definitely the guy that picks up the stiffs.
Really?
Wow, the voting changed.
Yes, I guess he's in the lead now over the mortician-beautician for worst job in the New York area for the Pearl Jam tickets. That lady's still my vote, where she actually has to paint the fingernails of the dead people and do their hair and stuff before the funerals.
That's morbid.
It's very morbid, but she laughed through the whole thing and thinks it's a cool job. And then in the most unusual category, it's still Shoot Ed.
Shoot Ed. I'm pulling for Shoot Ed.
I'm pulling for Shoot Ed.
So is the crowd.
Yeah.
Look at this. They love him.
Yeah.
I vote for Shoot Ed.
Shoot Ed. A guy.
Give it to Shoot Ed.
He hangs out on a boardwalk and he sits there and people shoot him with paintballs. To win those fuzzy little stupid animals from, the car. Those animals are a waste of time.
Oh, and I love it. It's like they have the big animals hanging there.
Yeah.
So it's like, all I got to do is throw the ball and knock down all 3 milk bottles? Yeah. All right, I got it. Hey, why are you giving me that little 1-inch tall little dragon?
Yeah.
What about the big one? Oh, no, you got to do that 60 times.
Yeah.
And then you could trade 60 of those little keychain size ones for the big one.
Yeah.
Or for the medium one.
Yes, yes.
What a rip.
Don't buy the myth, though. And what I mean by that, you know, when you do win the huge orange giraffe for your girlfriend, it's like, what? You look cool at the carnival because everyone sees the big, large giraffes, you know, and everyone's trying to win them.
Yeah.
But then when the carnival's over and you go home, you're like, what the hell am I going to do with a big, huge orange giraffe? It's not cool anymore.
Are you going to the Greenlawn Fireman's Fair tonight?
Are we going to go there after the show?
Opie, come on. It is the premier event of Greenlawn. You should know. You went to Harborfield.
I know. I haven't been to the Fireman's Fair.
You got to get your beer mug. That's every glass I own in my house is from the Fireman's Fair.
Is it really?
You got to go.
Well, I got the jet glasses, too, from the gas station.
You could win me something.
Shut up. Is this our first live appearance at the Greenlawn Fireman's Fair?
It's getting bad, isn't it?
It sure is. All right, so Shoot Ed is in the lead for the most unusual job. I like the guy, though. He goes, my job is Shoot Ed.
Shoot Ed.
I'm Ed.
I'm Ed. Oh, really?
Really? Thank you, dude. Let's go to the phones. What's your job?
I'm a U.S. Customs Inspector.
What's so bad about that?
Sometimes when we get the people off the planes, we got to take them to the hospital and go through, once we see they have drugs in their stomach, we got to go through, after they poop in the old pot, we got to go through it to make sure it's all out, all the drugs are out.
You have to go through people's poop to make sure they didn't smuggle drugs into the country?
Once we know it's there, we got to go through it to make sure we got it all.
Oh.
We got to watch them go so they don't flush it down the toilet.
Oh, my God.
So you got to go through their poop.
I guess you call it a job sometimes.
I would say that.
You couldn't find thick enough gloves for me to use. Ugh.
I would definitely say you're in contention.
All right.
Hold on the line. Wow, now we got to add that to the voting. Guy who goes through people's poop for drugs. Do we have time for one more real fast here?
Yeah,
I mean, the phones are just lit. Hey, Rich.
Yes, how you doing?
Pretty good. What's your job?
I'm a nurse practitioner for a plastic surgeon in Great Neck.
Yeah.
And I'm responsible when they do the liposuctions on the patients to weigh the lipids and lucids after they remove it. So after they suck out the fat, I have to put it out on the counter. And the milky yellow, which is the lipid fat, I have to weigh that.
Oh.
And then I have to weigh it's a much darker yellow for the lucid fat.
Oh.
And,
I just got the heebie-jeebies.
Well, not only is it disgusting to touch it, but the odor is beyond belief.
Oh.
And here's the real problem. If you get, I don't know how to say it, if you get a real fat woman,
Yeah.
you have so much fat, it's got to be weighed on a separate scale. The record we had was 14 pounds of lipids and 7 pounds of lucids, and it was so much I had to stand on a regular scale, weigh myself, then pick this blob up, and the odor is ridiculous.
Oh.
Wait, that's only half of it. Then when they come back like 6 weeks later, I'm in charge of massaging the area in which the fat has been taken out of. Now, I want to make a claim. I've listened to all the other people. I think I could take the title in both categories.
I think you can, actually. All right, so your job is you measure the fat after people get the fat sucked out of them.
I have to separate the fat.
Separate it, measure it, weigh
I don't have to smell it, but unfortunately I do.
And then you got to massage the area when these people come back into the doctor's office.
Well, 6 weeks later they'll come back, and I have to massage it to flatten out the area because, not to get too gross, but when you take a heavy concentration of fat, it leaves like a hole.
Would you loofah my stretch marks?
Exactly.
You are definitely in the running. Hold on the line.
Okay, thanks.
We definitely need the listeners to help us out because these jobs are getting really out there.
I'm feeling a bit queasy.
Yeah, if you want to vote on any of these jobs to help us out with the voting, please do it. Through the instant feedback would be the best way, or you can fax us at 212-957-WNEW. Coming back with Eve 6 and Queen next. Foot checking in, he says, worst job, hands down, dead body guy.
Really?
Yeah.
A lot of people changing their vote for the fat suck guy.
The fat suck guy is getting a ton of votes at the last minute here. If you're just tuning in, a guy who weighs, separates, and smells fat after liposuction.
Because the lipo guy story made me heave.
Yeah, it was pretty gross, so... I don't think we're done yet, though. I think there's a few more aces in the hole. Phone lines, 212-757-1027 if you got the worst job in the New York area or the most unusual job in the New York area. Both winners will win a pair of tickets to see Pearl Jam. Here's Queen on the Rock of New York, 102.7 WNEW. 102.7 WNEW, the Rock of New York with the Wallflowers Heroes. It's Opie and Anthony. Oh, we haven't done a traffic report in a month or so. Anthony, traffic report for today.
If you're heading outbound on all the outbound crossings, you're probably in traffic right now.
Thank you. Traffic sponsored by nobody? We still don't have a sponsor for our traffic?
No.
I don't understand it because I think our traffic is more accurate than anyone else's.
Oh, and this just in, too. If you're headed eastbound on the LIE,
the U.S. Open.
It's probably not going very fast right now. That's a good guess.
Well, the U.S. Open is screwing everyone up. When is that over?
I don't know.
I don't know about anyone else, but it's put another 30 minutes onto my commute home.
And the GWB.
Yeah.
That's a safe bet for me to just say it's probably not moving well right now. I don't have any information in front of me. No TV, no papers, no type facts.
No helicopters in the sky.
But I could pretty much say if you're on the GWB right now, you're probably not going very fast.
Thank you. We should do traffic where we throw darts at a dartboard, and I guarantee we'll be just as accurate as everyone else.
I don't doubt that.
All right, but there you go, the traffic.
Well, people voting, Opie, voting like crazy.
Yeah, if you're just tuning in, we got some Pearl Jam tickets today, and we're looking for the worst job in the New York area and the most unusual job in the New York area. Now, let me help you out here, okay? Most unusual job so far goes to Shoot Ed.
Shoot Ed.
A guy that gets shot by paintballs all day long for stupid, fuzzy little prizes if you hit him enough times.
He's like the dopey favorite with our voters here.
Yeah, they like him. But worst job, I guess the beautician has been knocked out of the top spot, huh?
It looks it. Pushed down to third, I think.
Third.
Under the guy that collects the dead bodies.
He's getting a lot of votes. You're telling me he's now in second place?
Well, I got to tell you, a lot of people now, Lipo Man.
Yeah.
The guy that has to separate and weigh liposuction fat and then massage the legs or arms or wherever they suck the fat out of these people. Larry in Woodbridge. I have to change my vote.
Okay.
See, just when you think you know who has the worst job, we put another person on the phone and it gets even worse. I think the guy that deals with the fat ladies disposed of body juices absolutely has the worst job. And he brings up a good point. Even he sounded disgusted by it.
When he was describing his job, yes.
Absolutely.
He has to smell the fat, too, which is like a little perk. You know how we all have perks in our jobs?
Mm-hmm.
His perk is he gets to smell the fat, too.
Yeah.
That's like a freebie.
Oh.
And what about the drug smuggling poop guy who has to go through the drug smuggler's poop to make sure they got all the drugs that they've been smuggling into the country?
Well, Jeff from Jersey brought up a good point. When I said I couldn't, they don't have gloves thick enough for me to go through
people's
human
poop for drugs. Yeah.
He says, I wonder if the custom agent said, "Hey, gloves, what a great idea."
Very nice. Anything else on the instant feedback?
Yeah, actually, we got a letter from the district attorney's office.
Uh-huh. Those guys hate us, the DA's office.
Yeah. I won't use his name.
All right.
I'll be nice, because maybe he's not supposed to be typing on company time.
Okay.
But, Opie and Anthony, I finally figured it out. Listening to your show is like when people pass a bad car accident. You don't want to look, but you always end up looking anyway. Isn't that the truth?
Thank you.
You didn't want to look at that dead dog on the way to work the other day.
That really bummed me out.
And I was glad that I didn't even know it was a dead dog, because I didn't look.
That was really sad, actually. But go ahead.
With you guys, you know you really don't want to listen, but you do anyway. By the way, how many people have commented that Opie looks like Gary Sandy from the old WKRP in Cincinnati show?
I do not.
I don't think so.
You look like Venus.
Oh, yeah, I look like... Yeah. What did they call him? He was like the Venus flytrap?
Flytrap, yeah. You look like Venus flytrap. Our pictures were in the Daily News yesterday, and I guess... I don't look like him. Are you going to help me out on this one or no?
He also writes, I don't hate you anymore, just strongly dislike you.
All right, that's okay.
Best regards.
This is just coming in from Jumbo. I used to work in a private doctor's office uptown, cleaning up after the doctor had given patients enemas.
There's a cozy job.
Dear Opie and Anthony, I love your show. I am the publisher of Big Butt Magazine.
Woo!
And also their top model. Yes, I pose nude and lewd. Love Mendy. Here, Rick. Get Mindy in the studio tomorrow. I want to check out her big old butt. I've seen that magazine, Big Butt Magazine.
Really?
It's disgusting. But if she wants to come down and pose, we can do something with that, I guess.
So whatever you're into, some people are into that. Oh,
yes. Also, the boss just came down the hall with some more tickets to see Pearl Jam because he likes the audience participation today. So many people are chiming in with their votes and helping us out with the show today.
Yeah.
We're going to give a couple pairs away just through the phone lines as well.
All right.
Because I know there's a lot of people out there that don't have an unusual job or the worst job.
So we'll just randomly pick somebody.
Yeah, and we'll do that in a little while, so keep listening to the show, okay?
All right.
But right now, really fast, we got to play the serial killer song. A lot of people requesting it, and they found another serial killer up there in Poughkeepsie.
Yeah.
And Anthony made a really good point earlier in the show, and I would like you to reiterate that point, Anthony.
Well, Opie, you don't usually see black serial killers. And it's the truth. It just is. Usually serial killers are crazy white guys.
Yeah.
Because, you got...
most black guys do the cool crimes,
Yeah. Well, not stick to the crimes that might have some sort of reason to them. I don't know.
In a demented way, yeah.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying there's some kind of reason to it. Maybe.
And the white guys are always the serial killers.
White guys, we got Joel Rifkin.
Yeah.
We had him. But now, it gives me hope for our civilization that maybe we are getting a little more like each other. And together to see a black serial killer.
Jesus. All right. Well, they did have the guy down there in Atlanta. But he claims that he wasn't the guy.
That's right. See, so you never know.
So, all right.
But this guy, had the bodies right in his house.
But I had to go through the Opie and Anthony archives and
stinking house.
And we only break out the serial killer song if we there's a new one that was caught.
Mm-hmm.
And this song is about the most famous one, obviously, Jeffrey Dahmer. But I think it can relate to this situation.
Put on your boots and hat and line dance to this one.
Yeah, it has a little country feel to it. Check it out on the Opie and Anthony Show, the serial killer song. Right on, man. 1027 WNEW, The Rock of New York, our buddy Johnny Lang, his latest, Still Raining. That is cool.
Yeah.
I like that song a lot. We got to get Johnny Lang back into the studio. He played in the Imaginary Ballroom, and he was absolutely great. He did some really good radio for us, too.
Yeah, he's a fun guy.
We just were hanging like old pals in here. So, Johnny Lang, Still Raining. Bravo. It's Opie. It's Anthony. Still looking for the worst job and the most unusual job.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting very interesting here. We got the Pearl Jam tickets up for grabs. Most unusual job, and you got to get your job in the next 15 or 20 minutes because we got to stop.
Yeah.
And pick some winners. But in the lead for most unusual job still is Shoot Ed.
Shoot Ed.
Guy named Ed who likes to he gets shot by paintballs.
Works on the boardwalk. I guess you pay and you shoot him with paintballs and you win a prize.
Yeah, if you hit him enough times. And then there's a tie at this moment in time for worst job. All right?
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one.
The tie is between the guy who picks up dead bodies all over Bergen County and the guy who weighs, separates, and smells fat after liposuction. And then the people come back into the doctor's office and he has to massage the area because I guess when you take out the fat, there's a hole there and you got to
move everything around.
Move everything around and get it back into place.
Like a big tube of toothpaste that has a dent in it.
Yeah. Just a thought. And he says the smell is just horrible. And the guy was
fat.
The guy was so depressed on the phone. He even knows he has a horrible job.
Yeah, he didn't like it.
So those guys are in the running for the other pair of tickets to see Pearl Jam. Oh, wow. There's another one on the line here. Jesse, what's your job?
I got to get horses excited.
Beyond belief. And here's the real problem. If you get a real fat woman.
Yeah.
You have so much fat, it's got to be weighed on a separate scale. The record we had was 14 pounds of lipids and 7 pounds of lucids, and it was so much I had to stand on a regular scale, weigh myself, then pick this blob up, and the odor is ridiculous. Wait, that's only half of it. Then when they come back like 6 weeks later, I'm in charge of massaging the area in which the fat has been taken out of. Now, I want to make a claim. I've listened to all the other people. I think I could take the title in both categories.
I think you can, actually. All right, so your job is you measure the fat after people get the fat sucked out of them.
I have to separate the fat.
Separate it, measure it, weigh
I
it.
don't have to smell it, but unfortunately I do.
And then you got to massage the area when these people come back into the doctor's office.
Well, 6 weeks later they'll come back, and I have to massage it to flatten out the area because, not to get too gross, but when you take a heavy concentration of fat, it leaves like a hole.
Would you loofah my stretch marks?
Exactly.
And there you have it, Rich, who has won the competition for the worst job in the New York area.
Mr. Sucked fat weigher.
Yeah, maybe we could bring him down to Giant Stadium, too, when we broadcast live. He could bring some of that fat, and we could throw that on the grill when we're tailgating. With Shoot Ed. Throw it at Ed. That would be a great party. You got Shoot Ed and a guy, cooking up some fat on the barbecue before the Giants game.
Lovely.
All right, we're not done yet. We have one more pair of tickets to see Pearl Jam. We'll blow them out on the phones before 7 o'clock, so stay right there. 102.7 WNEW, The Rock of New York, with Everclear. I will buy you a new life. It's Opie and Anthony finishing up another program here, I guess.
They go so fast, the days.
We had a lot of fun today. Oh, there go the phones. These guys are smart.
They know.
All right, we'll give away one more pair of tickets to see Pearl Jam, the sold-out show. Let's take the 7th caller at 212-757-1027, okay?
You're going to win Sandy a big furry stuffed animal tonight?
Are you really going to the Fireman's Fair?
Yeah.
That's like our youth.
I know.
A lot of people don't think we're, from here, which makes us laugh.
No, out on the island, we used to go to this, every year.
Green Lawn's Fireman's Fair.
Yeah, you people, Opie from Greenlawn, Harborfield.
That's right. We used to kick your ass.
And I was from John Glenn.
We hated John Glenn.
So we used to go over to the Greenlawn Fireman's Fair and start trouble with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
See, now we can all get along. It's almost like Khalid Muhammad's march.
Oh, yeah, it's just like that.
Can't we all just get along? Look, now we're on the air together, partners.
Yeah, they don't know what goes on off the air.
Opie and Anthony live together in perfect... Matter of
I'm leaving.
I'm leaving.
Gross.
Sit your cracker ass down.
What the hell is that? What the hell was that?
It shows that Harborfield and John Glenn could get along.
You have a crush on me or something?
Oh, yeah, Opie, yeah, that's it.
What the hell are you singing to me for?
I'm a married man. Keep your fantasies to yourself.
Oh, that's your excuse. Just because you're married doesn't, mean you're straight.
Yeah, Jen's a beard. Been a beard for 8-9 years. Sure. Yeah.
And I'm not married, so.
Yeah, I'm flaming.
All right. Speaking of flaming, I don't know. Can we play it again?
Oh, Jesus. After Danny from Soho called and got all upset with your language earlier, you're going to play this for Gay Square Dancing Month.
Didn't we get a lot of requests for this?
Yes, we did.
All right. Well, September is International Gay Square Dancing Month.
Mm-hmm.
And we still haven't called the founder of this. Maybe we could call him tomorrow.
Oh, there's plenty of days left in
By the way,
September.
tomorrow on the show, we will have more Pearl Jam tickets as well.
All right.
But do we have time to quickly play this?
Okay, yeehaw. Put your hat on.
All right. What was the setup again, Anthony?
It's Gay Square Dancing Month, and I guess they'd have to do a few different calls.
Okay.
Swing your partner, start to dance. Grab him and pull down his pants. Do-si-do, not quarter turn. Tug his one-eyed wonder worm. Wee-hoo! Hop and stomp across the floor. Show him what you've got in store. Grab those ankles, what a sight. Drive it home with all your might. Now your partner's pretty big, drilling like an oil rig. Promenade and grab a beer. Open it in your partner's rear.
Great, Ann. Thank you.
What? I wasn't even paying attention. What happened? What did I miss?
Nothing. Another train wreck on the